So what's going on, people? Welcome to the 8th episode of the Clip This Podcast. Clip This Podcast. I'm starting to have a serious problem with pronouncing my own name of the podcast, but Clip This Podcast. Clip This Podcast or Clip This Podcast is me not mixing the accents together. Well, cool. So, let me just start by getting the boring facts out of the way. We have a little bit of gloomy weather around. Now, this is not going to make sense for the American audience, I guess, because people get triggered when you use the Celsius over there, I think. And we get triggered when you use the Fahrenheit over here. So, it's, it evens out, I think. And it's around what? It's around 16 degrees outside here, and it's a little bit chillier. It's still summer. It's August, still summer, and it's still a little bit hot, but it's starting to get colder. At least during the nighttime. But we'll see where the road takes us, so to speak. You know what I mean. And I'm not gonna be so weird. I'm a little bit panicked. I'm in a little bit of a panic mode when I'm recording this because I'm waiting for my oven to get ready to make some type of hash browns, I guess. Sometimes I have a little bit of a hard time with the translations of things, but I think it's basically a hash brown that I'm making. Or not making, but heating up, prep meals and that. And I'm doing it so that I have a lunchbox for tomorrow, obviously. And I think that's good. And I have something that I don't think is even translatable, but I'm not going to dox myself. So I'm not going to say the word, but it's a type of berry that you usually find in the north of Europe, and if you can guess what that is, congratulations to you. A big congratulations to you. And one thing I've debated to mention there, but I don't think I'm gonna mention it. I don't think it's gonna be a thing anymore, because I don't wanna the whole podcast to be about a certain type of mammal that is huge and lives in the sea. Don't think it's going to be a common theme anymore, or a common scene for that matter. But otherwise than that, I've been trying to get better since the last podcast I did. I feel like I was a little bit under the weather, if you want to keep the weather segment going. But this time around, I'm a little bit more energetic and a little bit more empowered, I feel like. But I don't know if that's because I've been witnessing people suffer more, or if it's actually me feeling better. I don't know what the case is, but at least, things are going upwards, if that makes sense. And what else did I want to mention? I had something on the tip of my tongue, but I think I lost it. I think it didn't want to be on my tongue anymore. So now it's gone. And it's also getting a little bit darker when I'm recording this. I'm recording this at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. Sorry. And I have about 3 hours before I need to put the podcast up. But, it's going to be fine. It's always going to be fine. And I'm actually scrolling Twitter while I'm recording and not even talking about what I'm seeing or what I'm reading. So I'm actually multitasking, which, believe it or not, I'm able to do even though I'm a dude, Or maybe I just sound like a dude, Maybe I'm not. Maybe that's not what I am, but maybe I'm an AI. You haven't been thinking about that, have you? Let me put that seed in your hair. I was about to say, but that sounds like something else. That sounds like Silence of the Lambs type shit. If you know what I mean. You know, when the guy, I want to explain it anyways. When the guy, you know, in the prison where Anthony Hopkins is, and the detective comes walking into him, and he's gonna walk back, and she gets a load of that seed in her hair. That's not what I mean. That's not what I meant. I meant more like Inception, actually. Let's plant a seed, a little bit of an idea in your head, rather. But I guess hair is a part of the head. But not really, but it is also, because it's attached to your head. And also, there wasn't anything to add at the end. I just wanted to say also. I like it. I like that word, you know. I like to use it. But anyways, what else has been happening, you know? I've been listening to my favorite podcast, which I mentioned last week, Bad Friends. Obviously, I've been catching up on all the episodes, and now I'm caught up. Actually, I think, yeah, I listened to the Chad and Will Sasso episode this morning, so I'm definitely caught up, and I'm also caught up on Chris D'Elia's Congratulations. I'm caught up on... What else am I caught up on? I'm caught up on Flagrant, Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh. I'm caught up on Whitney Cummings, Good For You. I'm caught up on Whiskey Ginger by Andrew Santino. I'm caught up on Tiger Belly, Bobby Lee. I think I'm caught up on the Chrissy Chaos, Chris Stefano, and I think that's about it. I'm not caught up on TMG or the Trillionaire Mindset yet, and those are mainly the podcast episodes that I've left. I'm also listening to a lot to Therapy Geckos, Lyle, and guests. Most recent, Young Gravy and Noel Miller. And I'm halfway through the latter episode, and I'm gonna watch it, the rest of it tonight. You know, most people like watch series and stuff. I was about to say movies, but I don't think movies that much anymore. I think it's mostly series, and I kind of watch podcasts instead of series for some reason, and that's the way it is, and that's the way I tend to keep it as well. I think I don't really want to change that, but I really want to watch more series, because I feel like I haven't seen any of the series that people have watched, and that causes a little bit of a stir. But at the moment, it is what it is. I don't have the time to. I feel like I don't, anyways, because I barely have time for the podcasts. That's why I'm not caught up on a lot of them, or just two, actually. But you know what I mean. I would listen to more if I had time to listen to more, and I would watch more series if I had time to watch more series, but I don't. So I don't do that, obviously. And that's basically it, you know. And I'm honestly working on finding what my podcast is and what I want to do with it, you know, what I actually want to disclose and what I actually want to say on here. Like right now, I feel like it's just a place for me to talk and not really have an agenda, which I like in a sense, but I also feel like it shouldn't be this meta. I shouldn't be talking about the podcast on the podcast, if you get what I mean. So let's move on with some Twitter things. And I chose my wedding dress today. Oh, cool. Reply with your celebrity crushes. I will be roasting them on stream tonight. No thanks. I want to go, but I wanted to live in the house. Cool. Get a goat and live in the house. Me after I get 10 beers in a water park. Mad. Frenzy water park. I wonder what that is. I want to travel there. When your person is asleep or you want attention, wagging your tail on their hand when it's sticking out of the side of the bed. Okay, cool. Who needs therapy when I can spark this blunt to say it is what it is? Sure. Friends, stop vaping please. Smoke a cig if you need to instead. Okay, cool. Chew tobacco, straight up chewing tobacco instead. Chew straight nicotine instead. Somebody said new house. Didn't say new house. Stop hating on Israel. Am I? I'm not hating on Israel. Hey God, it's me again. Cool. Don't tweet. Don't even tweet, you know? Sometimes, after I've completed a task that wasn't on my to-do list, I'll add it, then cross it off with a free dopamine boost. That's actually kind of funny. That's kind of funny. And yeah, if you pay attention to people that are real, they're isolated. I'm very isolated. I'll be like, I don't care, then almost kill myself. Right. Looky here. Leave no one behind. Couldn't be more true. Wow, that's a gross frog. I've never seen a frog that gross. By the way, is frog catching actually a thing that people do? Do people actually do frog catching like legitimately, or is it ironically? Because I haven't really figured that one out yet. Like, do you actually go out in nature and try to grab a toad with your bare hands for the fun of it? Or is there some kind of deep psychological reason for you to catch frogs? Like some slimy thing entered your life at an early stage, and now you want to hold it and grab it and have control of it, over it, and then let it go. Like, what could be a slimy thing? Like, did you latch on to your mother's placenta when you exited the womb? I don't even know what a placenta looks like. Like, I don't even think I want to know, to be honest. Like, I'm baffled. I don't know what a placenta looks like. If I was to guess what a placenta looked like, I would think that it looks somewhat of a circle shape, and it will be very flat, like almost like a pancake, but not like a Japanese pancake, more like an American pancake. And then I would guess that it would be kind of red, but also like spotty, you know, like a liver with spots and loads of blood around it, and a lot thinner, like a pancake. Again, I'll mention it again, but yeah. And I would guess that it's about 10 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 5 to 10 centimeters long. 10 centimeters long, yeah. So what I think the placenta looks like is a 10 centimeter spotted liver with blood and shaped like a pancake that comes out alongside birth, and people either eat it, either munch on it like a pancake, if I've understood things right, or maybe that's a myth, I don't know, or they just put it in the bin. And how did I enter this thing? Oh yeah, it was like frog catching. So people who are into frog catching accidentally got hold of their mother's placenta during birth, and then the father took it and ate it in front of them while they were screaming their lungs out. That seems like a legitimate issue that would take place in latter years and would take out its meaning when it comes to frog catching. Like that's what you're replacing. You're replacing because your father isn't gonna come along and grab the toad out of your hands and eat it, bite its head off, or maybe he is. Maybe he's like a crazy French person that wants to instead of frying the frog legs or whatever they do with the frog legs, they just want them raw this time. So maybe someone has had that scenario actually play out instead, and then they're even more traumatized and need to find something new, or maybe they just can't handle it and just think that the only way that they can sort of make this work in life is for them to become a frog, after seeing the dad munch into a live frog and ripping its legs off with his bare teeth. Then you need to immerse yourself in some muddy water with loads of dirt in it, and without any clothes obviously, and just sit in the wild and indulge in the wild and make your tongue become your live and die by the tongue instead of the sword, and that's basically it, I think. So moving on, 5th grade was wild because a girl would leave you because of a dude was faster than you in a race. Yeah, that's mad. It's not loop. It's okay to start over. Oh, is it? I don't think so. Don't start over, keep going. As a child, I thought the Harvest Festival would play a far bigger role in my adult life. Well, things don't always do they? Instagram really a terrible app now. Okay, your opinion. If nobody will help you, do it alone. I'm not ashamed to say I've been laid on my sofa all day watching Sidemen videos. Okay. Regret following whatever I've followed to get that update, but cool. I feel like I got onto quite a thing there with the frog catching. I was deep into that. Now I'm struggling to find something that I'm as deep into as that. But so work anxiety is creeping up on me, to be honest. If I'm gonna be honest, I got work tomorrow, and I'm working 3 days, and then I'm off for 2 days again. so I shouldn't be feeling that bad. And I'm probably gonna quit my work pretty soon to replace it with some other job. But we'll see what life takes us, eh? Another thing, I have a apartment update. I've ordered some more stuff. I've bought a bed, I've bought a lamp, and I've bought a like a desk with a chair, and I've bought a little table, and I also bought a lounge chair, I would guess you would call it, and I couldn't be more disappointed. I'm so disappointed with, first of all, I haven't even been able to sit in it, because as soon as I put it down on all fours, no pause, one of the legs gave in. Like I didn't even get the chance to sit in it. It just broke, like straight off the bat. Like I got it and unpacked it. 10 minutes in between that, and I put it down and it breaks. And so now it's standing on 3 legs in the corner of my living room, and it doesn't it's not a pleasant sight. It's not a pleasant sight at all. In fact, I hate it, and I want to burn it, but it is what it is. Also, I actually received one of the chair for the desk. I actually received that. It's orange, if you wanted to know, because one of my favorite albums is Frank Ocean's Channel Orange. By the way, Frank Ocean just posted a pixelated image of his junk on Instagram, on his Instagram story. Like, I wanted music. Like, if you're going to post something after like 5 years or whatever it has been, don't post that. You know, whatever. It didn't have to be music necessarily. I don't want to be that guy that just says, when's the new music coming? Like, an artist can drop like an album, and then 2 months later people are starting to say, oh, when's the new music coming? Like, are you in a psychotic stage of whatever you can be in a psychotic stage about? Or are you just mentally disabled? No, mentally disabled might be more offensive than actually saying the R word. You know? It might actually be more offensive in that sense. But whatever. Are you actually that, or are you dumb? You know? Was more what I wanted to say. But that's like, I don't want to say that, but I do want to say that whatever you were going to post instead of music, if you weren't going to post music, don't have it be a picture of your thing. You know, a pixelated version of your thing. Of your little guy. You know? Don't do that. That's, I think it's common sense. Like, frank. Let's be frank. And admit that this was not an act of common sense. It was more an act of, I don't know, wanting to be silly. That's what I want as well, by the way. So me and Frank Ocean are the same. We both want to be silly. And that's where I'm gonna end today's episode. And you know, the regular, just like, subscribe, clip this or don't clip this. Hope you have a wonderful week. a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you're at, and see you next week. Bye bye, guys.